welcome back to my channel. My name is Shirley if you're new here, and if you are new, welcome to the family because she needs you here, so she's so happy that you decide to become a member of her family. This is going to be the introduction to the book that I'm going to be doing with the look in a book. It's by Zora, Neale, Hurston, and Their Eyes Were Watching God. I've read this book before. And one of the things I really loved about it is the story is mainly, the main part of the book is in Florida. It's in Florida and it happened, there was a bad hurricane that happened in 1958 is a part of this book. So I say, why not do it with my family and we can enjoy it together. So if you don't have this book, and you want to go along with me in the book, you can either download it on Kindle or download it on Amazon Read or audiobook. A friend had actually recommended this book to me. Her name was Lily. She was like, Shirley, I read this book and I think you would really, really enjoy it because it talks about Florida. And I was like, okay. It was the best book ever. The only thing that might be a little hard for some people, it took me a while to get it. I'm going to tell y'all something about her. Well, it took me a while to get it, and she got it right away. She went about 7 miles going toward Appalachia. So she was saying like it's about 7 miles going toward Appalachia. And that took me a while to get this down to get what she was saying. But after the first chapter, the second chapter, you are into how she's speaking. And that was one of the hardest things. But you got to realize back then in the day, that was the way they actually spoke. And I told my friend Lily, I was like, that's so funny you got that. And she's white. She's a white lady and she got the reading. But she always dated black guys. So she got the reading of that. So let's get into this look. And then I'm going to talk a little about the author, Zora Neale Hurston. This is a breakfast in bed palette I got a long time ago. And I had it not with my palettes. Oh, I never used it. It's pretty. Some nice colors in there. I'm also going to be using Beauty Bakery bars. It's the Napoleon bar and that one with the red, the cheek blush I think I want to use. And this one is the Brawny bar. I'm also going to use Mario by Mario highlighter. I want you guys to see this. It's so pretty and it's not so harsh in your face. So those are the things that I'm going to use. I've already did my eyebrows with the Huda Beauty eyebrow pencil. It's not a pencil. What is it? But let me see what her brow pencil is called. This is Huda Beauty 7 Black Brown. It's the bomb. Hashtag bomb brows. And it have a spoolie on one end. I got this, you guys, I think from Sephora. It was on sale for $12. And then I line my lip with the Wet n Wild lip eyeliner in the color, the number 603A. That's what I have on my lips. And then I line my eyes with this Divine liner. I got this in a box of Charm. It was a dual. It's a felt one in there also. So let's get into this look. And I want to talk about the author. If you already read that book, let me know in the comments. And then as we go over the book, you can chime in on what you think and what was going through your mind when certain things was happening. But it's a really good book. It's I think someone actually made a movie of it, and Halle Berry is the star. She plays the character of the book. I'm gonna go in with this Hank and Henry satin matte lipstick. I got this in a box of charm, and you got like glitter on the edge, but it don't put glitter on your lips. First, I'm going in with the brownie bar to contour a little, not a lot of contouring, just a little. But about the author, Zora Hurston is an African American artist. She's like folk story, and one of her things, she was saying that she wanted people to see how black people really was, because people come up with these conclusions of what they think we are and really didn't know. She traveled all around the world because she came back to live in Fort Pierce. And I grew up in Fort Pierce. I moved to Fort Pierce when I was 11, and I grew up in Fort Pierce. And Zora was actually buried in the graveyard of the funeral home I worked at. Because I remember a reporter had came there to actually view her grave, and he was doing an article on her. Zora was like a nonchalant person to me. Like, she was an advocate for blacks. And the thing in her book, all 4 of her grandparents was born a slave. So she had stories directly. I know why. This is a foundation brush, but I wanted to stamp it in, and I know that could do it. And then I was going in with a fluffy brush and blend it out. And you know what I've been doing lately? Right there on the tip a little bit. You can't see it, but you can see it. It just looked like you're cold, a little cold. I don't know why. I just started doing it. I saw my daughter did it, and I was like, I like that. I like it. So the cheek blush. And I'm going to insert a picture somewhere where in the little house she lived in. It was a little square house, and I think it's only 4 rooms in these little square houses. There was the kitchen, the bedroom, a living room, and the bathroom. And I think they were like, I don't know, but they were really small houses. And they tore all the houses down except for hers. Is still there. It's still there. They left it because it's historical. And they actually named a library there in Fort Pierce after Zora. And I'm going to put both of those pictures somewhere in here of what they name after her. And you can Google her. She was a famous writer, but not before she died, mainly after she died. And this is the 75th anniversary of this book. This one is the 75th anniversary. And it's different covers out there with her on it. I remember when the journalist came to the office to take a picture of her gravesite and all that. Sarah's had actually let their I'm going in with forehead kiss right here. Wonder what that means. When you give a forehead kiss to who? Child. So this must be me. Like, it ain't you just my friend. But I remember him coming to the funeral home, and then they had to go out there and show him her grave. And I think at that time she didn't have a big headstone. She had like a flat headstone, and he wanted to actually put a headstone out there for her. one was there. It was covering it in grass or something, because the funeral home had actually stopped burying out there. A little tidbit: when you own a funeral home and you own a graveyard, you have to, back then, you have to have $25,000 in the bank, in an account, for that graveyard. And that's because when you buy a grave space, you actually is buying a little plot of land, right? So why they have to keep the $25,000 in the bank is that if you decided that you want to move your loved one, you want to disinter them, take them to another graveside, or you want to put them with the rest of the family because they maybe had been buried out there when the family wasn't much family, and now the family done bought this whole plot in this other graveyard. You could go take your people and put them where you want them. So if you do that, they have to give you your money back for that piece of land. So Sarah's them didn't keep up the cemetery, and they actually stopped burying out there because they didn't have the $25,000 in the bank. And that's why they didn't keep up the grave as much. But when they came to look into that again, they started keeping the gravesite up, because a lot of people started coming to want to see her gravesite, and they wanted to see that house, because they was going to tear the house down, and then we had to get together and say, no, that's a historical site for African American. No, so they didn't tear it down, and it still sits there now today. Brush here, it's not a stiff brush, because I want it to stay here. I don't want it to go too much up there. And let me read this little piece in the book. It say Janie, that's the main character, and she's this light-skinned black woman. And so I think naturally in the book you can see where her father was maybe white, but she was a bright-skinned lady, and I think she was really, really light, like Halle Berry. Janie saw her life like a great tree in leaf, with the things suffered, things enjoyed, things done and undone. Dawn and doom was in the branches. And that is life. When I read that's life. That is what life hands you. With the things suffered, things enjoyed, things done, things undone. Dawn and doom was in the branches of life. That's what life is. And I thought that was really, really good. Their eyes were watching God belongs in the same category with the works of William Faulkner, Scott Fitzgerald, and Ernest Hemingway. That of enduring American literature. And that was by Saturday Review. Zora Neale Hurston beloved 1937 classic, Their Eyes Was Watching God, is an enduring Southern love story, sparkling with wit, beauty, and heartfelt wisdom. It is a love story in there because it's a scene coming to the end. That is so touching. It's so touching. So I really want you guys to get the book or download it so you can go along with me. What I put right here was yarning and then fresh face. Oh, I guess some of these things are in reference to mourning, like yarning, and then you do the forehead kiss because ain't nobody kissing you and you ain't brushed your teeth yet. This thing, see this color here? Fresh face. I don't know. This is coming off more of a, I don't know what it looked like in here, but as you can see, it's looking more silverish, whitish on my eye. But it's pretty, but it just didn't turn out the color I thought it was going to be. Going back in with a little bit more of the yawning. just to get it a little darker. I'm gonna go under here with this lavender looking, what is it called? French doors. I guess you're gonna go sit on the porch. Everything together. I think this palette remind me of Cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cute. It's a cute palette. So guys, when I finish putting the highlighter on, I'm gonna go off camera to finish up my final look. Mascara and stuff like that. This is Mario's blush, not blush, highlighter, and it's you see that it looks like just a kiss of shimmer, just a kiss, just a light kiss. It really looks like light hitting your face. I want a fluffy brush to put it on with this. I want it to stay here. It really just looked like a little light kiss of light. And I've been doing it up here. Just a light shimmer. See? So, I'm going to go off camera and finish everything up. And I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am back. I have a bun in the back of my hair, and then I just took my hair down. Let me get what I used. I used the Rose Water Setting Spray by Maven. This came in a BoxyCharm, I think. And then I used the Laura Gallagher mascara. And this is the finished look. It's so cute. That's what the look is. Just a cute. I wanted to read this to you guys from the book. And it's like somebody's telling you the story. So it says, told in the captivating voice of a woman who refused to live in sorrow, bitterness, fear, or foolish romantic dreams. It is the story of a fair-skinned, fiercely independent Janie Crawford and her involving selfhood through 3 marriages and life marked by poverty, trials, and purpose. A true literature wonder. Hurston masterwork remain as relevant and affecting today as when it was first published. Perhaps the most widely read and highly regarded novel in the entire canon of African American literature. A prototypical black novel of affirmation. It is the most successful, convincing, and extraordinary novel of black love that we have, period. And that was wrote by June Jordan and Zora Neale Hurston. That's a picture of her. Was born in 1891 to 1960. Was a novelist, folklorist, and anthropologist whose function and factual account of black heritage remain unparalleled. And she had many other books she wrote, short stories. Moses Man of the Mountain, that was another famous book of hers. Harpo Audio, so it is on audio, Harpo Audio. That sounds like Oprah, but Zora Neale Hurston. Okay, so guys, I hope you join me on this journey. I want to only make it maybe maybe 2 more makeup. I'm gonna read half the book and then half at the ending of the makeup in a book, or it might be 3 more, depending on how I get through the book. I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching me, and I want you to go along with me on this journey. So part 2 is coming up very soon, and I will see you in my next upload. Mwah.